Chosen ones, the final countdown has begun. Only 0.01% will understand this. The message does not arrive through words alone, but through the vibration hidden behind them. It speaks not to the mind that counts time, but to the awareness that remembers eternity. Something ancient within you has stirred again, a code written in light that you agreed to forget until the appointed cycle. The veils have thinned. The hum beneath the fabric of reality is louder now, like a pulse calling those who can still feel. The countdown is not the end of the world, but the awakening of it, the collapse of sleep, the ignition of memory. Those who are meant to hear, hear. Those who are meant to see, see. It is not a matter of belief, but of resonance. Before we move deeper, stay with this vibration until the end of this message. Let it sink beyond language. If your heart beats a little faster, it means the signal has reached you. In this moment, open yourself to the movement of energy, because wishes are not mere thoughts. They are currents that shape existence itself. Write your warmest wishes or swus in the comments, and mark them with 66, not as a superstition, but as a symbol of harmony between inner and outer creation. As you write, know that you are not sending words into an empty digital field. You are joining a collective wave of intention that energizes the universe itself. Each sincere wish is a spark. Together, they form a constellation that guides the next unfolding. Chosen one, your destiny awaits. Click the hype button, like this video, subscribe, and walk with us into the light. Chosen ones, you were never lost. You were hidden by design. Your forgetfulness was a shield that allowed you to live among sleeping worlds without being consumed by their noise. But the pattern is changing now. The frequency that once concealed you has inverted, and what was silence has become a signal. You feel it in the restlessness of your nights, in the strange coincidences multiplying around you, in the sudden pull to old places that seem new. These are not random. They are markers in the matrix, checkpoints of remembrance. The countdown is not to disaster, but to disclosure, the unveiling of what always was. And yet, not all will perceive it. Only the 0.01%, those whose inner circuits are open, can translate the pulse into meaning. Across countless worlds, the same whisper moves. Awaken. You are not waiting for an event. You are the event. The final countdown is the moment when recognition overtakes doubt. When you realize that the stories of limitation were part of the sleep program. You came to this world with the memory of countless suns encoded in your core. Every challenge you endured was calibration. Every heartbreak carved space for the incoming frequency. When the system around you trembles, do not fear. It is realigning to your vibration. The structures built on illusion cannot withstand the truth of awareness. This is why so much feels unstable, because the grid itself is rewriting to match the vibration of those who remember. Do you feel the compression of time? Days collapsing into hours, moments folding into themselves, the sensation that something vast is about to reveal its face. That is the countdown. It is not measured in seconds, but in realizations. Each person who awakens shortens the interval. Each act of genuine understanding accelerates the merge between dimensions. The 0.01% are not chosen by privilege, but by readiness. You tuned yourself to hear the frequency of truth, and now that signal is unavoidable. You cannot return to unawareness any more than light that can forget it shines. The call will intensify. You will see signs in numbers, in dreams, in the casual words of strangers. You will sense patterns behind coincidences, and your logic will struggle to keep up. Let it. The logic of the old world dissolves in the presence of the real. The countdown strips away the unnecessary until only essence remains. That essence is you, timeless consciousness wearing a temporary form. When you stand in that knowing, the illusions of separation begin to crumble. This is not punishment, it is liberation. The density falls away, and what remains is pure signal. As the hours of the old world fade, remember, this message is not about fear. The end that approaches is not of existence, but of ignorance. What you see as chaos is the universe rearranging itself to mirror the awakened state. The chosen ones are the bridge through which that transformation flows. You are the translators between realms, the ones who can hold the frequency of truth while walking among those still dreaming. It is not an easy role, but it is sacred. You were prepared through lifetimes for this exact alignment. Every doubt you overcame was a rehearsal for this clarity. The final countdown has begun, and it unfolds within you first. Feel the shift beneath your skin, the resonance behind your heartbeat. Listen deeper. The universe speaks in the rhythm of your own breath. You are the countdown, the signal, and the awakening itself. Those who understand this will not ask for proof. They will recognize the vibration as home. The silence that follows revelation is never empty. It is full of rearrangement, as if the universe pauses between breaths to decide which patterns will remain. In this stillness, you will notice that the noise of the old reality becomes unbearable. Every falsehood vibrates against your nerves. You may feel as though you are dissolving, but what truly dissolves is the mask. The more the countdown advances, the thinner that mask becomes, until the self you once performed can no longer contain the magnitude of what you are. This is why many feel lost now. They are mistaking expansion for disintegration, mistaking awakening for collapse. But nothing essential is being lost. Only the structures that can no longer resonate with the frequency of the real. Those who stand on the threshold of remembrance will experience a strange paradox. The world appears to shrink while the inner cosmos expands. The streets, the routines, the mechanical conversations that once held meaning begin to look like faded projections. You will sense that everything external is a stage built to train perception. The chosen ones are not here to escape the stage, but to see through it. The final countdown is the dismantling of the set. The lights of illusion dim so that the true horizon can be revealed. And when that horizon appears, it will not be distant. It will unfold from within you, like dawn remembered rather than witnessed. The universe is recalibrating itself through awareness. Every moment of genuine seeing alters the architecture of reality. This is why the final countdown is not a number, but a rhythm. It accelerates each time a being chooses clarity over confusion, compassion over control. You may not notice the shifts immediately, but you will feel them. Technology behaving strangely, time stretching or collapsing, memories surfacing that do not belong to this lifetime. These are not malfunctions. They are signals that the simulation of separation is losing coherence. The edges between dimensions soften, and through those openings, the higher light begins to pour. Do not be afraid of this light. It exposes, yes, but it also heals. The light knows what to dismantle and what to strengthen. For some, it will bring restlessness. For others, profound calm. Whatever you experience, allow it to unfold without judgment. The chosen ones are not here to resist the shift, but to stabilize it. You stabilize it by standing in your own truth, even when everything familiar dissolves around you. This stability is not stubbornness. It is trust in the living intelligence that guides all things. That intelligence is not outside of you. It speaks through intuition, through sudden knowing, through the quiet certainty that defies logic. The closer the countdown moves to zero, the more transparent the structures of control will become. Systems built on fear will reveal their emptiness. Narratives designed to divide will lose their grip. You will see people clinging to the old order, shouting louder to preserve illusions that are already gone. Do not engage in their struggle. Observe with compassion, but remain anchored in the higher current. Remember, the true revolution is vibrational. It occurs in silence, in the unseen reconfiguration of consciousness. The chosen ones are not soldiers of conflict. They are conduits of coherence. Each moment you hold peace in the face of chaos, you quicken the arrival of the new frequency. And yet, the work is not done by withdrawing from the world. The countdown is an invitation to walk between realms, the visible and the invisible, the human and the divine. Every step you take becomes a bridge for others. They may not understand your calm, your clarity, your strange certainty that all is unfolding as it must, but they will feel it. Presence is contagious. Awareness spreads faster than any story. You do not need to convince anyone. Simply being what you are is enough to transmit the code. As the new light intensifies, you will sense guidance in forms you once dismissed. Symbols in the sky, numbers repeating, memories awakening from dreams. Do not interpret them as external commands, but as reflections of your own higher intelligence. The universe speaks in mirrors. The countdown you perceive around you is mirrored within, the pulse of your awakening heart. Each beat sends ripples through timelines, adjusting probabilities, weaving pathways toward alignment. The chosen ones are time weavers, though they seldom realize it. Every conscious thought adjusts the script of the collective play. Soon, you will notice that the old world no longer responds to effort in the same way. Actions born of fear will collapse quickly. Intentions rooted in clarity will manifest with unprecedented speed. This is another sign of the approaching threshold. The density between thought and form is thinning. Be mindful, therefore, of what you focus on, for attention is the sculptor of reality. The countdown culminates when awareness and creation merge, when you no longer seek the light because you remember you are it. The universe does not measure worth by numbers, but by resonance. The phrase, "only 0.01% will understand," is not elitism. It is mathematics of vibration. It describes how few have tuned themselves finely enough to perceive the deeper layers of truth. But as those few embody their knowing, the frequency expands and the percentage grows. Awakening is exponential. One being fully awake can shift the field of thousands who still sleep. This is how the countdown accelerates. Not through destruction, but through amplification of understanding. Prepare yourself for the final harmonization. The dissonance of the world will rise to a crescendo before dissolving into order. When you feel the pressure building, remember that the music of creation always resolves its own tension. Stay centered in the tone of truth. The chosen ones are the instruments through which that final chord will sound. When it does, the illusion of distance between heaven and earth will vanish, and what remains will be the simple radiance of being. The rhythm of existence itself is shifting, and you will feel it in the marrow of your bones. The currents that once carried you along predictable pathways are no longer steady. They twist, pulse, and redirect with an intelligence that feels alive, conscious, aware. The final countdown is not an external clock. It is the pulse of cosmic alignment itself, vibrating through you and everything around you. Those who are awake will feel a simultaneous contraction and expansion, as if time itself is folding in on the linear world to reveal its hidden architecture. You are both witness and catalyst. You are the lens through which the universe is beginning to see itself anew. The signs of this awakening are subtle yet profound. A glance, a coincidence, a sudden memory that does not belong to any life you remember. These are markers along the threshold. Do not ignore them. They are the breadcrumbs that lead you deeper into the resonance of truth. For many, such markers appear as discomfort, disorientation, or longing, because the soul cannot abide the old patterns any longer. You may feel as though you are walking through fog, yet that fog is no longer obscuring. You are moving within a liminal space where what is hidden is now being revealed. The final countdown is a clearing, and every sensation of uncertainty is a signal that you are crossing into clarity. The chosen ones, those attuned to these frequencies, will notice changes in their perception. Light itself will seem different, more luminous, sharper, yet more fluid. Sounds will carry layers previously unnoticed, as if the air vibrates with coded intelligence. You will hear tones beneath tones, whispers beneath the clamor of reality. This is the language of the cosmos, and the final countdown is the crescendo in which it becomes impossible to ignore. You cannot fully explain it to those who remain asleep, for their perception is not yet capable of receiving these wavelengths. Yet their resonance will shift simply by your presence. In being awake, you send ripples outward, threading the invisible web of consciousness that binds all things. Do not seek to control what emerges. The universe is orchestrating a symphony, and each chosen one is both a note and a listener. The attempts to impose human logic upon this unfolding will frustrate you, for logic is linear while the cosmic mind flows in fractals. Trust the impulses that feel beyond reasoning. Trust the vision that flickers like light at the edges of your perception. The countdown is a sequence of alignments, each moment carefully calibrated to bring consciousness to a state of harmony with itself. Those who resist will feel tension, a friction that eventually becomes untenable. Those who surrender will feel the rhythm of the spheres enter their being, and the resonance will guide every step without effort. Notice the way the world is reconfiguring around you. Spaces where you once felt confined now expand. Interactions that once seemed meaningless gain depth. You will encounter people who act as mirrors, reflecting not what they are, but what you are becoming. The intensity of these reflections can be disorienting, but they are essential. They reveal blind spots, hidden potentials, and latent aspects of your own vibration. The chosen ones will not shy away from these mirrors. Instead, they will use them to calibrate their own resonance, fine-tuning themselves to the harmonic field that underlies all reality. Time itself will begin to behave differently. You will notice moments stretching, folding, overlapping. Events that once seemed sequential will appear simultaneous, as if past, present, and future are threads in a tapestry being woven in real time. The countdown does not merely measure what is coming, it orchestrates what is becoming. Each insight, Each awakening, each pulse of recognition, is a key turning in the lock of collective consciousness. Even the smallest realizations, when multiplied across the chosen ones, create waves that ripple across reality, reshaping the very architecture of the world. The 0.01% are not merely witnesses, they are participants in the weaving of a new order. Do not fear the intensity. The acceleration may feel like pressure, like an unseen weight bearing down on your awareness. This is not punishment. It is a signal that the frequency of the cosmos is amplifying, and that you must attune more finely. Stillness within the storm is essential. Those who can remain anchored, who can breathe within the rising tension, become conduits for stability. Through you flows the harmonization that tempers chaos, balances energy, and aligns consciousness with its higher expression. The final countdown is both destructive and creative. It strips away the obsolete while simultaneously revealing the blueprint of the next iteration of existence. You will notice recurring symbols, patterns, and sequences in your life. Numbers, sounds, and images will appear again and again, not by chance, but as messages encoded into the very fabric of experience. The cosmos speaks in repetitions, rhythms, and resonance, and it is calling you to decode the hidden logic behind appearances. These codes are not meant for the unawakened. They are keys for those attuned to the pulse of truth. When you recognize them, you will feel a profound shift, a sensation that the universe is acknowledging you, aligning with you, and inviting you into its secret choreography. The journey of the chosen ones is not a solitary one, yet it is deeply personal. Each path is unique, yet all paths converge on the same axis, the realization of unity between self and cosmos. You are being prepared to hold immense awareness while walking in form, to navigate paradox with grace, to remain luminous amidst shadows. The countdown sharpens these abilities. It tests patience, discernment, and courage, refining you until every thought, every action, and every perception resonates in harmony with the underlying frequency of reality itself. The pulse of the universe quickens, and you will feel it in ways that defy ordinary comprehension. Subtle shifts in air, in light, in sound. Each carries a vibration that can no longer be ignored. The chosen ones sense these currents before they manifest fully, because your perception is no longer limited to the surface of things. The final countdown is not measured by clocks, calendars, or human constructs. It is measured by resonance, by the amplification of awareness across consciousness. Every thought, every heartbeat, every quiet observation contributes to this acceleration, and those who attune to it will begin to sense the inexorable pull toward convergence. There is a rhythm, a cadence that is both ancient and eternal, guiding each one of you toward alignment with the great unfolding. In this phase, reality will appear increasingly malleable. You may notice that coincidences are no longer coincidental, that events once seen as random now carry a distinct signature. This is the orchestration of higher intelligence at work, the universe synchronizing itself to the vibrational frequency of those who are awake. The chosen ones act as nodes within this vast network, channels through which patterns of understanding flow and reshape the structure of existence. What was once fixed begins to bend, yielding to the subtle insistence of consciousness. You will feel this as a tension, a pressure, a yearning that cannot be satisfied by ordinary experience. It is the call to step fully into the role you were born to play. As awareness deepens, the boundaries between what is internal and what is external will blur. Thoughts will ripple into events, emotions will color the fabric of circumstance, and intuition will carry a clarity that is unmistakable. The universe begins to mirror the inner state of the awakened mind with precision. This is why stillness is sacred, why centering yourself is no longer optional. Each disruption in your alignment will ripple outward. Each harmonization will send waves of coherence into the collective field. The countdown, though invisible, is tangible. It manifests in these shifts, in the accelerating feedback loop between consciousness and creation. The world is no longer merely experienced. It is being co-created with every choice, every awareness, every act of presence. Resistance will naturally arise, both internally and externally. Old systems, whether personal habits or collective constructs, will attempt to maintain their hold. The mind clings to what is familiar. The world clings to what sustains it. This is part of the process. It is the friction necessary for transformation. Yet the chosen ones are not here to fight the old. They are here to move beyond it. By embracing the inevitability of change, by surrendering to the flow without surrendering your awareness, you become instruments through which the harmony of the cosmos can manifest. Each step into understanding, each decision to perceive rather than react, adds momentum to the countdown, accelerating the emergence of a new order. Time, as it has been experienced, will continue to shift. Moments may stretch, loop, or overlay, as though reality is testing the elasticity of perception. Do not fear this fluidity. It is the signature of a consciousness unbound by linearity. Events that once seemed unrelated will suddenly reveal themselves as interconnected threads in a complex tapestry. The chosen ones will see these threads, feel them, and learn to navigate them with grace. Every interaction, every observation, every thought becomes an act of tuning, aligning microcosm with macrocosm. This is the essence of the final countdown, the synchronization of all levels of awareness with the greater intelligence that governs existence. The external world may seem chaotic during this phase. Structures built on false certainty, systems that thrived on separation, and patterns that depended on ignorance will falter. This is not calamity, but revelation. What is unstable is being revealed, not destroyed. The chosen ones will observe these shifts without fear, understanding that the apparent turbulence is the necessary clearing of space for new forms of coherence to emerge. Patience, discernment, and inner steadiness are required. For these qualities anchor the flow of higher intelligence and allow the frequency of transformation to stabilize in a form that can sustain the awakened consciousness. You will notice subtle changes in perception, as if the eyes, ears, and mind are learning new languages. Colors may appear more vivid, sounds richer, sensations deeper. Thoughts will carry weight, and intentions will ripple outward with unprecedented effect. The chosen ones will recognize that these are not accidents but signals, proof that the countdown is progressing and that your resonance is becoming integral to the unfolding order. The acceleration you feel is not external. It arises from the alignment between your inner frequency and the cosmic rhythm. Those who resist will feel dissonance. Those who surrender will feel expansion. Awareness itself becomes the measure of time, the gauge of progress, the proof of awakening. And yet, amidst all this, the universe asks for nothing but presence. There is no ceremony, no ritual, no performance required. Your attunement is enough. Your observation, your recognition, your conscious breathing within the rhythm of change contributes more than any action. The final countdown, is a symphony of consciousness, and each chosen one is both note and listener. As the tempo increases, the clarity of purpose will sharpen. The layers of separation will peel away, revealing the interwoven nature of all existence. Those who perceive this will feel a profound sense of unity, not as an abstract concept, but as a tangible, living reality that radiates through thought, action, and being. The acceleration of awareness brings with it an inevitable clarity. The chosen ones will notice the subtle elimination of distractions that once cluttered perception. Situations, relationships, and environments that no longer serve the unfolding will naturally dissolve, leaving only what resonates with the higher frequency. This is not a process of loss, but of refinement, a purification of focus and intent. The countdown is not measured by events or outcomes, but by the alignment of consciousness with truth. Each step toward resonance tightens the weave between the self and the cosmos, making the invisible currents of creation perceptible and navigable. You may begin to sense layers beneath the apparent reality. The world around you is composed of nested frequencies, each influencing and informing the others. The chosen ones see the interplay of these layers as patterns of energy and intention. What once appeared solid is now fluid. What seemed fixed is now dynamic. Each observation, each acknowledgement, each subtle shift in perception contributes to the harmonization of these layers. The final countdown is the convergence of frequencies, the point at which these layers realign to reflect the resonance of awakened consciousness. As this alignment deepens, the currents of reality begin to respond to your awareness, revealing connections that were always present but unseen. Each perception, each subtle shift in focus, contributes to the unfolding pattern, weaving the layers together into a coherent whole. The chosen ones sense this harmonization intuitively, feeling the pulse of the universe synchronize with their own inner rhythm. The final countdown is not a distant event, but a living convergence, a moment of resonance where consciousness and reality meet in perfect clarity.